Have you ever felt confused while trying to keep your blood sugar stable each day? Are you worried about the risk of insulin resistance, uncontrolled weight gain, or even prediabetes? I am Dr. Mindy Pelz, and today I want to invite you to explore a special list of 17 foods that do not raise blood sugar at all. These foods are not only safe for those living with diabetes, but they also support overall energy, reduce inflammation, and help you restore the metabolic balance that your body truly needs. For each food, you will understand the biological mechanisms behind its benefits, why it is safe for you, and the best ways to include it in your daily meals. Please stay with me through to the end of this video, because each section is a steady step forward on your journey toward long-term health improvement. 1. Coconut oil. Did you know that there is a natural fat that does not raise blood sugar, while also boosting metabolism and reducing insulin resistance? That is coconut oil. When you are trying to manage blood sugar, choosing the right fat is extremely important. Coconut oil is one of the few fats that contains absolutely no carbohydrates. This means that it causes no blood sugar spike after meals. But what makes coconut oil truly special is not just its zero impact on glucose, but also its unique composition. Coconut oil is rich in MCTs, or medium-chain triglycerides. Unlike long-chain fats, MCTs are absorbed directly through the portal vein and rapidly metabolized in the liver into energy without needing insulin. This not only provides a fast source of energy, but also reduces fat storage and supports weight loss, which is especially helpful for people with insulin resistance or prediabetes. Another advantage you should not overlook is the heat stability of coconut oil. While many other oils like soybean oil or sunflower oil easily oxidize and produce harmful compounds when heated, coconut oil is extremely heat-resistant. You can safely use coconut oil for stir-frying, baking, or even adding to your morning coffee or smoothie. Every teaspoon of coconut oil you use is a step toward helping your body shift into a more fat-burning state. According to recommendations from the Mayo Clinic, if you are in a phase of managing weight or insulin sensitivity, using about 1 to 2 teaspoons of coconut oil per day is appropriate. However, always consult your doctor if you have heart conditions or high cholesterol. Although coconut oil is beneficial, it is still a saturated fat, and each body reacts differently. You can try a simple recipe. Stir-fry young vegetables like broccoli and bell peppers with a spoonful of coconut oil, or add it to your oatmeal in the morning. The gentle aroma of coconut oil not only makes meals more enjoyable, but also adds valuable nutrients. Coconut oil is not just a cooking ingredient. It is a powerful tool to help you control blood sugar, support liver function, improve energy, and even uplift your mood. 2. Whole cheese. If you're looking for a food that is not only delicious but also effective in helping control blood sugar, let me introduce you to a familiar yet often underrated food. That is cheese, especially whole cheese made with full fat. You might be surprised to hear that cheese can actually be good for people with diabetes. What makes cheese special is its very low carbohydrate content, while being rich in natural saturated fat and high-quality protein. This combination slows down digestion and reduces the speed at which sugar is absorbed into the bloodstream. As a result, you avoid the blood sugar spikes that can happen after eating foods like white bread or sugary snacks. Cheese also provides an abundance of fat-soluble vitamins, including vitamins A, D, E, and K2. These nutrients play an essential role in maintaining bone health, vision, and immune function, and they also support insulin performance and help reduce chronic inflammation. According to research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, vitamin K2 is especially beneficial in supporting glucose metabolism and protecting cardiovascular health, which are two critical factors for people with diabetes. You can use cheese in many simple and flexible ways in your daily meals. A slice of cheese combined with a few slices of avocado or a boiled egg makes for a quick and nourishing breakfast. You can also grate cheese onto a mixed vegetable salad or add it to low-carb baked goods to enhance flavor without affecting your blood sugar levels. However, it is important to choose pure cheese that does not contain added sugar, flour, or industrial additives. Prioritize cheese made from grass-fed cow's milk or goat's milk, which typically contains higher levels of nutrients and is gentler on digestion. A reasonable daily portion is about 30 to 60 grams, which is equivalent to 1 to 2 slices. Eating cheese during lunch or as a snack helps keep you full longer, reduces cravings, and helps maintain stable blood sugar throughout the day. Cheese is not just a tasty food. It is a reliable companion on your journey to managing blood sugar and supporting overall health. 3. Mushrooms. Now let me introduce you to another food that is both delicious and extremely beneficial for people with diabetes. That food is mushrooms, a humble ingredient often found in everyday meals, yet packed with powerful nutrients that you may not have fully appreciated before. If you are trying to stabilize blood sugar, support insulin function, and improve metabolic performance, mushrooms are a perfect choice. Mushrooms contain almost no carbohydrates and have a very low glycemic index. This means that eating mushrooms will not cause sudden spikes in your blood sugar levels. But the main reason I want you to pay special attention to mushrooms is because of their high potassium content and powerful antioxidant properties. Potassium is a mineral that plays a crucial role in maintaining electrolyte balance, stabilizing heart rhythm, and supporting insulin activity. In just 100 grams of fresh mushrooms, you can get around 300 milligrams of potassium, which helps regulate both blood glucose and blood pressure. According to research published in Diabetes Care, maintaining proper potassium levels is linked to improved insulin sensitivity, which can help prevent or slow the progression of type 2 diabetes. That's not all. Mushrooms also contain a moderate amount of both soluble and insoluble fiber, which slows down the digestion and absorption of sugar into the bloodstream. This creates a gentle, natural blood sugar lowering effect that you can actually feel after meals. Additionally, mushrooms are rich in special compounds such as beta-glucan and ergothioneine. These are strong antioxidants that help protect pancreatic cells from oxidative stress and reduce inflammation throughout the body, a critical factor in preventing diabetic complications. You can enjoy mushrooms in many easy and delicious ways. Try sautéing mushrooms with garlic and olive oil for a flavorful side dish. You can also stir-fry them with other vegetables, mix them into salads, or use them as a filling in whole grain sandwiches. All of these options are nourishing and friendly for your blood sugar levels. I recommend choosing fresh or naturally softened mushrooms rather than canned varieties, which often contain added sodium or preservatives. If possible, opt for mushrooms like shiitake, oyster, white button, or portobello, as these types are known for their higher levels of beneficial bioactive compounds. A serving of around 100 to 150 grams of mushrooms per day is enough for you to gain all their benefits without concerns about bloating or overconsumption. 4. Pickles. You might find it surprising when I say that a simple food like pickles can actually support stable blood sugar levels. But let's take a closer look to understand why this vinegar-based fermented food can be a valuable ally in your diabetes management journey. The first thing to note is that pickles contain almost no carbohydrates, When vegetables such as cucumbers, radishes, or cabbage are soaked in a vinegar solution, acetic acid, they undergo natural fermentation and become a food with a very low glycemic index. But the real star here is not just the low carb content, it is the vinegar itself. Vinegar contains acetic acid, a compound that has been widely studied for its metabolic benefits. According to a study published in Diabetes Care, 2004, consuming a small amount of vinegar, about 20 milliliters, before a carbohydrate-rich meal significantly reduces post-meal blood glucose levels. Vinegar works by slowing the digestion of starches and improving insulin sensitivity, which is a key factor in the prevention and management of type 2 diabetes. When you eat pickles or drink a small amount of pickle brine before a main meal, the digestion and absorption of glucose occurs more gradually. Instead of a sudden spike, your blood sugar will rise more gently and stay stable for longer. This process helps reduce strong insulin responses and prevents the pancreas from being overworked. In addition, the vinegar in pickles may also affect digestive enzymes, such as amylase and sucrase, which are responsible for breaking down carbohydrates into glucose in the small intestine. This effect helps limit blood sugar spikes after meals and reduces the risk of fatigue and food cravings, which are common in people with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. Another lesser-known benefit is that pickles can support gut microbiota health. If you choose naturally fermented pickles, such as sour cabbage made without added sugar, you'll also receive beneficial bacteria such as Lactobacillus plantarum, which can calm inflammation and improve insulin metabolism. However, there is one important thing you need to be aware of. Not all pickles are healthy. Commercial jarred pickles often contain refined sugar, preservatives, and very high levels of sodium, all of which can raise blood pressure and counteract the benefits if consumed in excess. Prioritize sugar-free pickles, traditionally fermented with low sodium. A reasonable amount is 2 to 3 tablespoons of pickles per day, or a small serving alongside a main meal. If you want to boost blood sugar control, you can drink 1 tablespoon of vinegar diluted in water about 10 to 15 minutes before a meal that contains starch. Absolutely avoid consuming undiluted vinegar if you have stomach ulcers, acid reflux, or chronic digestive issues. In such cases, consult your doctor before applying this method in your daily routine. 5. Macadamia nuts. Have you ever tried macadamia nuts? If not, perhaps now is the right time to add this nut to your daily menu, especially if you are living with diabetes or showing signs of insulin resistance. Let me explain why macadamia is not only a premium snack, but also an extremely effective food in supporting blood sugar metabolism. The first thing to mention is the fat composition in macadamia nuts. Unlike other nuts that are high in protein, macadamias primarily provide fat, but it is the kind of fat that is very good for your body. About 75 to 80% of the fat in macadamias is monounsaturated fat, especially oleic acid and palmitoleic acid. These fats have been scientifically shown to support insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation, and stabilize post-meal blood sugar levels. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism showed that when people with prediabetes replaced a portion of carbohydrates in their diet with monounsaturated fats, their post-meal blood sugar levels significantly decreased. This happens because fat slows down the digestion and absorption of carbohydrates, prolonging the release of glucose into the bloodstream and thereby lowering the blood sugar spike. Additionally, macadamia nuts are very low in carbohydrates. In 28 grams, which is about a small handful, there are only around 4 grams of carbs, and nearly half of that is insoluble fiber. This makes macadamias have a very low glycemic index, meaning they do not cause fluctuations in blood glucose after eating. Therefore, you can comfortably use them as a midday snack without worrying about a sugar spike. Another special point about macadamia nuts is that they are rich in antioxidants, such as flavonoids and tocotrienols, a powerful form of vitamin E that helps fight oxidative stress. This is one of the major contributors to insulin resistance and vascular damage in people with diabetes. Furthermore, the fat in macadamias helps you feel full longer and reduces sugar cravings, which is very important in managing both weight and blood glucose. The best way to consume macadamia nuts is raw or dry roasted at low temperatures. You should avoid salted, oil-roasted, or sugar-coated varieties, as they can be counterproductive, especially if you are monitoring your sodium or daily caloric intake. The recommended portion is about 10 to 12 nuts per day, equivalent to 28 grams. This amount provides benefits without adding excess calories. You can also chop macadamia nuts and mix them into unsweetened yogurt, fresh salads, or sprinkle them over morning oatmeal. Additionally, macadamia oil is an excellent option to replace conventional cooking oils, as it has a high smoke point and does not oxidize easily during cooking. One small note: macadamias are calorie-dense, so if you are trying to lose weight, make sure to manage your portions carefully. And because they are high in fat, if you have severe lipid disorders, consult your doctor before consuming them regularly. 6. Olives. Have you noticed that people living around the Mediterranean tend to have lower rates of type 2 diabetes and heart disease compared to many other regions? One of their secrets lies in their traditional diet, and olives are an essential part of it. If you're looking for a snack that helps stabilize blood sugar while also supporting heart health, olives are the perfect companion. The first major benefit of olives is that they belong to the group of fatty fruits. Instead of being high in sugar or starch, olives primarily provide healthy fats, especially monounsaturated fats such as oleic acid. This type of fat is closely linked to improved insulin sensitivity and reduced systemic inflammation. According to research published in Diabetes Care, a diet rich in monounsaturated fats significantly improved insulin sensitivity in individuals with type 2 diabetes in just a few weeks. In addition, olives contain powerful antioxidants like oleuropein and hydroxytyrosol. These natural polyphenols have been shown to improve endothelial function in blood vessels, prevent the oxidation of LDL cholesterol, and reduce cell damage caused by free radicals. These factors are not only beneficial for cardiovascular health, but also critical in managing diabetes-related complications such as kidney disease and retinal damage. You can incorporate olives into your daily diet in a variety of ways. A few olives paired with a slice of full-fat cheese such as feta or cheddar make for an ideal midday snack that doesn't spike your blood sugar and keeps you feeling full longer. You can also slice olives to top off a salad, mix them into scrambled eggs in the morning, or add them to stews for extra flavor without using salt. A key point to remember is to choose olives that are not heavily salted. Some canned olives contain high levels of sodium, which can affect blood pressure, especially if you are managing both hypertension and diabetes. Ideally, select olives that are brined lightly or marinated in extra virgin olive oil. As for the recommended portion, a suitable amount for adults is about 5 to 10 olives per day. This amount is enough to benefit from their healthy fats and antioxidants without overloading on sodium or calories. Many people ask me whether olives can help reduce sugar cravings. The answer is yes. Thanks to their rich fat content and savory flavor, olives can replace sugary snacks and help you maintain better emotional balance and blood sugar control between meals. Additionally, the fat in olives helps your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins such as A, D, E, and K more effectively when paired with vegetables. 7. Wild-caught salmon. If you are looking for a source of protein that helps regulate blood sugar while supporting heart health and metabolic function, you should start with wild-caught salmon. This is not only a delicious type of fish, but also one of the most scientifically recognized foods for people living with diabetes. Wild-caught salmon is rich in long-chain omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA. These two fats have been extensively studied in hundreds of scientific papers from Mayo Clinic to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. The role of omega-3 in diabetes goes beyond reducing inflammation. They also help regulate insulin activity and reduce insulin resistance, which is one of the root causes of type 2 diabetes. In addition, omega-3 improves lipid profiles by lowering triglycerides and increasing HDL cholesterol. This is extremely important for people with diabetes, as they are at high risk of atherosclerosis and cardiovascular complications. Moreover, wild-caught salmon is a great source of high-quality protein, which helps stabilize blood glucose levels after meals. When you eat salmon, the protein and fat help slow digestion, allowing glucose from other foods to enter the bloodstream more gradually. This helps you avoid post-meal blood sugar spikes, one of the key factors in maintaining long-term health. Another bonus is that salmon is very rich in potassium, a mineral that helps balance electrolytes and reduce blood pressure. This is often overlooked, but for people with diabetes who are at high risk of kidney damage, getting potassium from natural sources like salmon is a safe and supportive strategy. You can prepare salmon by grilling, steaming, pan-searing, or adding it to soups. Avoid deep frying in industrial oils or using large amounts of margarine, as these will counteract the health benefits. A simple tip is to marinate salmon with lemon juice, garlic, and a bit of dill, then bake it. This gives you a dish that is both delicious and blood sugar friendly. An ideal serving size is about 120 to 150 grams of salmon, 2 to 3 times per week. If you use canned salmon, check the label to ensure it is wild-caught and does not contain excess salt or unhealthy oils. Remember, salmon is not just a food. It is part of a comprehensive strategy to restore insulin sensitivity, improve lipid markers, reduce inflammation, and protect your nervous system from the damage caused by high blood sugar. 8. Whole eggs. Have you ever heard that eggs are a secret weapon in a diabetic diet? If not, then now is the time you should consider adding this familiar food to your daily meal plan. And you know what? I want you to eat the whole egg. That means both the yolk and the white, not just the egg white, as some outdated and misleading advice may suggest. Let's talk physiology for a moment. Each egg contains about 6 grams of complete protein, including all essential amino acids. For someone with diabetes, this amount of protein helps prolong satiety and reduce the urge to consume high-carbohydrate foods, which are the main culprits behind blood sugar spikes. The great thing is that eggs also provide a healthy amount of fat from the yolk. This fat helps slow down digestion and the absorption of glucose from the intestines, giving you a more stable blood sugar level after meals. According to a study published in Diabetes Care, people who ate eggs for breakfast instead of cereal or toast had lower blood sugar levels for hours afterward. Besides protein and fat, eggs are also a fantastic source of choline, a key nutrient for liver and brain function. People with diabetes have a higher risk of developing Alzheimer's disease, so protecting nerve cells by supplementing choline daily is a strategic move. The yolk also contains vitamin D, B12, and selenium, all of which are essential for immune regulation and energy metabolism. Now, you might be thinking about cholesterol. Eggs were once blamed for having high cholesterol content. However, recent research, including a review from Harvard Health Publishing, has shown that dietary cholesterol from eggs has minimal impact on blood cholesterol levels for most people. Instead, saturated fats and refined sugar are the real culprits. So if you have diabetes and no specific cardiovascular disease, eating 1 to 2 eggs per day is perfectly safe and even beneficial. Choose organic or free-range eggs whenever possible, as these tend to be higher in omega-3 fats and lower in hormone or antibiotic residues. Here's a practical tip. You can eat boiled eggs in the morning with a slice of avocado or vegetables, like spinach, or prepare steamed eggs with mushrooms and chicken breast. Eggs also make an excellent snack if you feel hungry in the afternoon. Quick, convenient, and without causing blood sugar spikes. Remember, using eggs properly not only helps stabilize your blood glucose, but also boosts energy, improves muscle strength, and lowers the risk of diabetes-related complications. 9. Avocado. If you're looking for a food that is not only delicious, but also highly effective at stabilizing blood sugar, avocado is definitely a top contender that you should not overlook. As your guide on the journey toward natural diabetes control, I, Dr. Mindy Pelz, believe that avocado is not just a fruit, but a valuable metabolic support tool for anyone facing insulin resistance. First, let's explore the biological mechanism behind avocado's friendliness to blood sugar. Avocados are very low in carbohydrates, about 8 grams of carbs per fruit, of which 6 grams are fiber. As you may know, soluble fiber can slow the absorption of glucose into the bloodstream, helping you avoid sudden blood sugar spikes after meals. According to Mayo Clinic, a fiber-rich diet also improves insulin sensitivity, a key factor in reversing prediabetes. But it doesn't stop there. Avocados are extremely rich in monounsaturated fats, a healthy fat that reduces inflammation, regulates cholesterol, and supports endothelial function in blood vessels. When you eat avocado along with high glycemic foods, such as brown rice or sweet potatoes, the fat in the avocado helps slow digestion and prevents glucose from entering the bloodstream too quickly. Another plus is that avocado is packed with potassium. It may surprise you to learn that an avocado contains more potassium than a banana. Potassium helps maintain electrolyte balance, lower blood pressure, and most importantly, regulate insulin signaling in the body. Those with chronic potassium deficiency often struggle to maintain stable blood glucose levels, according to analysis from the American Diabetes Association. In addition, avocados are rich in antioxidants such as lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 nutrients that protect the retina. For people with diabetes, preventing retinal complications is extremely important because prolonged high blood sugar levels can damage the tiny capillaries that nourish the eyes. You can easily add avocado to your daily diet. A few slices of fresh avocado sprinkled with a pinch of sea salt paired with a boiled egg make an ideal breakfast. Or you can blend avocado with leafy greens, cucumber, and lime juice to create a refreshing morning detox smoothie. If you love guacamole, try making it at home using mashed avocado, minced garlic, tomato, red onion, and a bit of lime juice. It is incredibly tasty and does not cause a blood sugar spike. A small note of caution: avoid store-bought processed avocados or those with added sugar, salt, or preservatives. And if you are taking blood thinners like warfarin, consult your doctor before consuming avocado frequently, as its vitamin K content may affect the effectiveness of the medication. 10. Low-sugar dark chocolate, minimum 80% cacao. If you think that living with diabetes means having to give up all your favorite sweet treats, then today I am happy to share a comforting truth with you. you can still enjoy chocolate, as long as it is high-quality dark chocolate with at least 80% cacao content. I am Dr. Mindy Pelz, and I want you to understand that dark chocolate is not just an occasional dessert. It can actually be part of a long-term strategy for managing blood sugar, reducing inflammation, and supporting cardiovascular health if you choose the right kind and consume it in moderation. First, dark chocolate with a high cacao percentage contains flavonoids and polyphenols, powerful antioxidants that can improve insulin sensitivity and reduce oxidative stress in the pancreas and liver. A study published in the journal Appetite showed that people who ate dark chocolate experienced significantly better insulin responses after meals, and their blood glucose levels rose less compared to those who consumed milk chocolate or other desserts. One very important point to remember is this: the darker the chocolate, the less sugar it contains. That is why I recommend choosing chocolate with at least 80% cacao. These types have lower amounts of digestible carbohydrates and higher fiber content, which slows digestion and helps prevent rapid blood sugar spikes after eating. The fiber in dark chocolate, mostly insoluble fiber, also nourishes beneficial gut bacteria, which indirectly supports glucose control. In addition, dark chocolate is a rich source of magnesium, a mineral that plays an essential role in insulin metabolism. Magnesium deficiency is common among people with type 2 diabetes and is a contributing factor to insulin resistance. Adding high-quality dark chocolate to your diet can help naturally and pleasantly address this deficiency. However, I must emphasize one critical point. All these benefits only apply when you use pure dark chocolate, without added refined sugars, milk solids, or industrial oils, and in appropriate amounts. A safe serving size is around 15 to 30 grams per day, which equals 1 to 2 small squares. You can enjoy dark chocolate as part of a dessert after your main meal, paired with a few slices of strawberry or half a ripe banana. Another great option is to shave some dark chocolate over plain Greek yogurt with a sprinkle of chia seeds. Delicious, digestive-friendly, and blood sugar stabilizing. If you find dark chocolate too bitter at first, start with 70% cacao and gradually increase as your taste adjusts. After a few weeks, you may notice that regular sweetened chocolate starts to taste overly sugary, while the bold richness of dark chocolate becomes more satisfying and refined. Remember, a healthy sweet choice can not only bring you joy, but also serve as a powerful ally in your journey toward vibrant living with diabetes. 11. Eggplant. Have you ever thought that a humble vegetable like eggplant could help you improve your blood sugar levels and protect your heart at the same time? If not, then today I sincerely hope you will begin to view this highly underrated food from an entirely new perspective. I am Dr. Mindy Pelz, and I want to guide you in discovering the many benefits of eggplant, an extremely common ingredient that is often overlooked in natural strategies for blood sugar control. Eggplant is a vegetable with an extremely low carbohydrate content. Every 100 grams contains only about 6 grams of carbs, nearly half of which are fiber. This gives eggplant a very low glycemic index, meaning you can enjoy it without worrying about a post-meal blood sugar spike. For those living with diabetes or prediabetes, this is critically important. But the real power of eggplant goes beyond its low-carb content. Its most notable strength lies in its soluble fiber, especially pectin. This type of fiber forms a gel in the intestines, slowing down the digestion of glucose and reducing the rate at which sugar is absorbed from the small intestine into the bloodstream. As a result, eggplant helps smooth the post-meal glucose curve and prevents the sharp spikes and crashes that can leave you feeling tired and intensely hungry. Additionally, eggplant contains nosinin, a unique anthocyanin concentrated in its dark purple skin. Nasunin has been studied in journals such as Food and Chemical Toxicology and is known for its powerful antioxidant activity. It helps protect cell membranes, especially in nerve cells, from oxidative stress, one of the key contributors to diabetic neuropathy. Eggplant also supports healthy blood lipids by lowering LDL, or bad cholesterol, and increasing HDL, the good cholesterol. It does this by binding to bile acids and helping eliminate them from the body. When you manage both your blood sugar and your lipid profile, you significantly reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease, one of the leading complications in people with type 2 diabetes. In terms of preparation, eggplant is extremely versatile. You can roast the whole eggplant, then scoop out the soft inner flesh and make baba ganoush by mixing it with lemon juice, garlic, tahini, and a bit of olive oil. Quickly stir-fry it with garlic and fragrant herbs like basil and Thai basil for a dish that supports both digestion and blood sugar balance. Use thin slices of eggplant as a low-carb alternative to traditional pasta in a lasagna dish. Add it to soups with green beans and lean meat to increase protein and reduce carbohydrate content. One important note: limit deep frying eggplant because it naturally absorbs a lot of oil. Instead, try roasting or steaming it briefly before baking to retain its nutrition while minimizing unnecessary saturated fat. If you are looking to adjust your diet to support blood sugar regulation, improve your cholesterol levels, and increase lasting fullness after meals, then eggplant deserves a permanent place in your kitchen. 12. Guava. Are you looking for a mildly sweet fruit that is still safe for your blood sugar? A fruit you can enjoy without worrying about sudden spikes in glucose levels? If your answer is yes, then I would like to introduce you to one of my favorite choices for people with diabetes: guava. Guava is a tropical fruit with a low glycemic index, averaging only about 12 to 24 depending on the variety, making it extremely safe for individuals with diabetes or prediabetes. In every 100 grams of guava, you consume only about 8 to 10 grams of carbohydrates, yet you receive up to 5 grams of fiber, especially pectin, which helps slow down the absorption of glucose in the small intestine. Thanks to its high fiber content, guava helps regulate post-meal blood sugar levels, avoiding the sharp spikes and sudden drops that often cause fatigue, dizziness, and cravings in people with type 2 diabetes. In addition, guava is extremely rich in vitamin C. In fact, it contains up to 4 times more vitamin C than oranges. A medium-sized guava provides over 200% of your daily vitamin C needs, according to data from the USDA. Vitamin C not only strengthens the immune system, but also offers strong anti-inflammatory effects, reduces oxidative stress, and improves insulin sensitivity, all of which are key factors in controlling and preventing diabetic complications. Moreover, guava is high in antioxidants such as quercetin, lycopene, and carotenoids, which help neutralize free radicals and protect the pancreatic cells, blood vessels, and nerves from the damage caused by prolonged high blood sugar. That damage often lays the foundation for serious complications like retinopathy, kidney disease, or neuropathy. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Biochemistry and Nutrition showed that guava leaf extract can inhibit the enzyme alpha-glucosidase, which slows the breakdown of carbohydrates into glucose and thereby reduces the rate of sugar absorption after a meal. Here are some practical ways to include guava in your diet. Eat fresh guava with the skin on if you do not have digestive issues. The skin is rich in insoluble fiber, which supports a healthy gut microbiome. Juice guava with fresh lime without adding sugar to create a refreshing drink packed with vitamin C and digestive support. Dice the guava and mix it into a green vegetable salad, along with avocado, cucumber, and a few roasted cashews. This makes a low-sugar snack high in antioxidants. However, you should avoid overripe or overly soft guavas, as their natural sugar content increases significantly at that stage. And as with all foods, moderation is key. Start with one small guava or half of a large one per serving, and observe how your body responds afterward. If you often feel low on energy or have frequent sugar cravings, guava may help you feel fuller, curb cravings, and naturally boost your vitality. 13. Peanuts. Have you ever thought that a simple snack like peanuts could become a reliable companion in your journey to manage diabetes? Let me help you understand why this small nut can have such a powerful impact on your blood sugar health. Peanuts are a rich source of monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, particularly oleic and linoleic acids, similar to those found in olive oil. These healthy fats do not raise blood sugar and even help slow the digestion of carbohydrates, thereby easing post-meal glucose spikes. According to a study published in Diabetes Care, individuals with type 2 diabetes who consumed a portion of peanuts daily for 6 weeks showed improved insulin sensitivity and more stable HbA1c levels compared to the control group. This study highlights the important role of healthy fats in dietary strategies for blood sugar control. Peanuts are also high in plant-based protein, offering around 7 to 8 grams of protein per 28 grams of peanuts. This amount of protein helps reduce hunger, supports the maintenance of muscle mass, and stabilizes energy levels over several hours. Additionally, while peanuts may not have as much fiber as some other nuts, the fiber they do contain still contributes to slowing glucose absorption into the bloodstream. Beyond that, peanuts contain resveratrol, a well-known antioxidant also found in red wine and black grapes. Resveratrol helps reduce inflammation and supports heart health, which is especially important for people with diabetes due to their elevated cardiovascular risk. It is also worth noting that peanuts have a very low glycemic index, around 14, meaning they have little to no effect on blood sugar when eaten in appropriate portions. However, there are a few important points you should keep in mind. You should only eat dry roasted peanuts without added salt or industrial oils. Salt can affect blood pressure, and poor quality oils may contribute to inflammation. Do not consume too many at once. Although peanuts are healthy, they are energy dense. Each 28-gram serving contains approximately 160 to 180 kilocalories. Eating excessive amounts could lead to a calorie surplus, making it harder to manage your weight. Individuals with a history of peanut allergies must exercise extreme caution. If you have never eaten peanuts before, start with a small amount and monitor your body's reaction. Here are some suggested ways to enjoy peanuts. One small handful, or about 28 grams, is ideal for a healthy snack. You can sprinkle peanuts over salads or oatmeal to add a mild richness and enhance satiety. Combine peanuts with a small serving of low-sugar fruits like guava or cucumber for a snack that is both flavorful and blood sugar friendly. In practice, I have seen many older adults shift their snacking habits from sweet pastries to unsalted roasted peanuts. As a result, they experienced fewer blood sugar crashes between meals and enjoyed more stable energy throughout the day. 14. Chicken. Now let us talk about a familiar and accessible food source in every household meal: chicken. You may have eaten chicken weekly without realizing that it is one of the ideal protein sources to help stabilize blood sugar without placing additional stress on the pancreas. Chicken, especially skinless chicken breast, is low in fat, contains no carbohydrates, and is rich in high-quality protein. A 100-gram portion of grilled chicken breast provides about 27 grams of protein and less than 3 grams of fat. This helps slow the absorption of glucose after meals and reduces cravings between meals. Interestingly, when you combine chicken with leafy greens or high-fiber foods, the overall glycemic index of the meal decreases significantly. This is an important strategy for people with diabetes or prediabetes who are trying to manage insulin release after eating. In addition, chicken is a rich source of B vitamins, especially vitamin B6 and niacin. These nutrients help metabolize carbohydrates more effectively and support nervous system health and overall metabolism. Older adults, those with unbalanced diets, or individuals with poor digestive absorption often lack B vitamins, making blood sugar control more difficult. Chicken offers a simple way to replenish these nutrients. Moreover, chicken contains selenium, a mineral that supports thyroid hormone regulation and immunity, indirectly improving insulin sensitivity. However, not all chicken dishes are equally healthy. To ensure maximum benefit, you should choose cooking methods that use little oil, such as steaming, boiling, baking, or pan-searing with olive oil. Avoid chicken skin and fatty parts, as they contain saturated fat, which can negatively affect blood lipids and heart health. Do not use heavy breading or deep frying, and limit salt-heavy marinades, as these can raise blood pressure and contribute to metabolic disorders in people with diabetes. Here's a simple dish you can try. Grilled chicken breast with vegetables like pumpkin, cauliflower, and carrots, drizzled with olive oil and herbs, served with a small portion of brown rice or steel-cut oats. This meal is well-balanced, keeps you full for longer, and helps maintain stable blood sugar levels for many hours. A study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that individuals who regularly consumed lean proteins such as chicken had a 25% lower risk of elevated blood sugar compared to those who consumed large amounts of red or processed meats. Therefore, chicken is not only a delicious and easy-to-prepare food, but it is also a vital shield in a diabetes-friendly diet. Consider including chicken in your meal plan at least 2 to 3 times per week and pair it with vegetables for optimal results. 15. Pure cacao. If you enjoy the rich flavor of chocolate but are still trying to manage your blood sugar, then pure cacao will become your ideal companion on this journey. Not only is it a delicious snack, but pure cacao is also a superfood that has been scientifically proven to offer many benefits for people with diabetes. First, you need to understand that pure cacao is not the same as regular milk chocolate. Pure cacao has a very low sugar content but is rich in polyphenols, flavonoids, and theobromine, powerful antioxidant compounds. According to a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, flavonols in cacao help improve insulin sensitivity and reduce inflammation, thereby supporting better blood sugar control. So, how does cacao affect your body? Flavonols in cacao stimulate the production of nitric oxide, which helps dilate blood vessels, lower blood pressure, regulate circulation, and reduce stress on the pancreas. Cacao also helps reduce sugar cravings. When you consume a small amount of pure cacao within recommended limits, its mild bitterness can stabilize mood and calm your desire for sweet foods. In addition, magnesium in cacao plays an important role in glucose metabolism, insulin function, and nervous system health. Several studies have shown that magnesium deficiency increases the risk of developing insulin resistance, a key factor leading to type 2 diabetes. The recommended daily amount is about 20 to 30 grams of pure cacao. You can mix cacao with unsweetened nut milk and add a bit of cinnamon or natural vanilla to enhance the flavor. Avoid mixing it with white sugar or condensed milk, as that will negate its blood sugar controlling benefits. If you want to eat chocolate, choose dark chocolate that contains at least 80% cacao without added sugar or vegetable oil. A small piece after a meal can help slow down the absorption of glucose in the digestive tract. Note that while cacao is beneficial, it is also high in energy. If you consume too much in a day, especially in the form of candy or sweetened baked goods, it may lead to weight gain and the opposite effect on blood sugar. Therefore, use cacao as a natural remedy in the right amount, in the right way, and with consistency. 16. Coffee. Have you ever wondered whether coffee, one of the most popular beverages in the world, could help you manage your blood sugar? If you love the rich aroma of morning coffee but are concerned about its effects on your health, especially if you are living with diabetes, then here is some good news. Coffee, when used correctly, can become a valuable ally in maintaining stable blood sugar. Coffee contains no carbohydrates, which means it does not raise blood glucose levels by itself. But the real magic lies in the powerful antioxidants present in every drop of pure coffee. According to the Harvard School of Public Health, drinking coffee regularly may reduce the risk of developing type 2 diabetes by up to 33%. This is because compounds such as chlorogenic acid and cafestol in coffee have been shown to improve insulin sensitivity and enhance glucose metabolism in the cells. However, coffee is only beneficial when you use no refined sugar or artificial sweet syrups. Avoid sweetened condensed milk, which is very common in Vietnam. If you want to add sweetness, choose stevia or erythritol, two natural sweeteners that do not affect blood sugar. Choose pure, traditionally roasted coffee that is free from added flavors or artificial chemicals. In terms of quantity, experts from the Mayo Clinic recommend that drinking up to 2 to 3 cups of coffee per day is safe and may offer health benefits. However, if you suffer from high blood pressure, insomnia, anxiety, or stomach disorders, you should limit your coffee intake or switch to decaf, coffee with the caffeine removed. Importantly, try to drink coffee about 30 minutes after a meal rather than on an empty stomach. This helps avoid overstressing the adrenal glands and keeps your blood sugar more stable throughout the morning. Another interesting fact is that drinking coffee before light exercise, such as walking or yoga, may boost fat metabolism and improve post-meal blood sugar levels. Coffee is not just a beverage to help you stay awake. When used properly, it becomes part of your strategy to manage blood sugar more effectively each day, while also giving you a sense of motivation and mental clarity. 17. Fatty fish, such as salmon and sardines. Did you know there's a type of food that not only protects the heart, stabilizes blood sugar, but also reduces inflammation and improves cellular health? That food is fatty fish, including salmon, sardines, and herring. These gifts from the sea are not only nutrient-dense, but also play a special role in the strategy for managing diabetes. If you are living with type 2 diabetes, you may have heard about the important role of omega-3s. These are essential fatty acids, meaning your body cannot produce them on its own, that have strong anti-inflammatory properties, protect blood vessel walls, support brain function, and help regulate insulin metabolism. According to the American Diabetes Association, omega-3s can lower triglycerides, reduce blood pressure, improve HDL cholesterol, and lower the risk of cardiovascular complications in people with diabetes. In addition, fatty fish contain no carbohydrates. This means they do not raise blood sugar after a meal, which is critically important for maintaining glucose stability. Fatty fish are also an excellent source of high-quality protein, which helps you feel full for longer, reduce food cravings, and support healthy weight management. On a biological level, when you consume protein along with healthy fats from fish, you slow down the digestion and absorption of glucose from the previous meal. This results in a more stable blood sugar response and stimulates GLP-1, a key hormone that improves insulin sensitivity and slows gastric emptying. However, preparation matters. To maximize the benefits, choose wild-caught salmon instead of farmed, as farmed fish may contain antibiotic residues and have lower omega-3 content. Avoid deep frying. Instead, grill, steam, pan-sear without oil or cook with vegetables. Use olive oil or lemon to enhance flavor without affecting blood sugar. Aim to eat fatty fish 2 to 3 times per week, equivalent to about 200 to 300 grams per serving. This is the ideal amount recommended by the Mayo Clinic and the American Heart Association. Here's a helpful tip. Combine fatty fish with non-starchy vegetables like broccoli, spinach, or cabbage for a complete meal that supports blood sugar control and heart health. Fatty fish are not only delicious, but they are also a reliable tool for preventing and managing diabetes. Consider making them a regular part of your healthy eating plan. So you have just completed a journey with me, Dr. Mindy Pelz, to explore 17 incredible foods that do not raise blood sugar. On the contrary, these foods help stabilize insulin, reduce inflammation, and improve your overall health in a natural, gentle, yet deeply effective way. If you are struggling with fluctuating blood sugar, prediabetes, or are currently managing type 2 diabetes, then remember this: your health starts with what you put on your plate each day. I understand that changing your lifestyle or eating habits is never easy, especially when you have been used to certain routines for a long time. But you know what? Big changes always begin with small steps. Simply replacing one unhealthy dish each week with one of the 17 foods we covered today is already a step closer to a healthier, lighter, and more empowered life. For example, instead of having a sugary and starchy breakfast, try eating eggs combined with sautéed greens in extra virgin olive oil. Or instead of snacking on candy or pastries, you can choose a small handful of macadamia nuts or a few slices of fresh avocado sprinkled with a pinch of sea salt. These simple swaps can have a noticeable and positive impact on your blood sugar, your energy, and even your sense of satisfaction. I also want to remind you of this important truth. No single food is a complete solution. What matters most is how you combine foods, how consistently you apply the habits, and how well you listen to your body. Every body responds differently, so do not hesitate to test your blood sugar after meals, write down how you feel, and build a personalized strategy that truly works for you. If you found today's list helpful, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the next episodes. I will be back soon with more in-depth guidance on intermittent fasting, reversing insulin resistance, and building hormone-balanced meals in a smart, sustainable way. And feel free to leave a comment below. Which food from today's list are you already using? What changes have you noticed after trying it out? I would love to follow along and hear about your health journey. Wishing you strength, peace, and excellent blood sugar control. I will see you again in the next video.